Hey guys, this video is gonna help you learn how to become a better player and just have more fun playing the game. Knowing your playing style helps you decide which tunes to use to help you and your team out. If you are better at distracting Twisteds away from the team and keeping them out of the way, then I definitely recommend using Pebble, Goob, or Tisha. If you're more of a support kind of person, Astro is definitely the way to go. Shelly would also work, and if you're new to the game and trying to get better and just used to it, I recommend Scraps or Flutter because they can rely on themselves. Poppy would also be good for this, and if you're definitely kind of good at the game, I recommend getting Brightney because she can do a little bit of everything. You need to keep in mind their passive and active abilities. Like for Shelly, I'm not going to use a speed trinket for me personally because I don't think it's necessary. I always use the magnifying glass and participation award because Shelly's stats, obviously she has a 5-star skill check, so the participation award definitely is good for that. Obviously this is just an example in my personal opinion on what's good and what's not. Everything's going to be different for each one of you because of your different playing styles, different tunes, and different trinkets. Whatever just suits you better. If you're distracting and there's a blackout, your job is to distract the Twisteds. Just because it's dark and you can't see it doesn't mean you're going to die. Same thing goes for when mains spawn. You can still outwalk them, you can still outrun them more than most other tunes. So your job as a distractor is to help everyone else out. So if you take a hit during a blackout or when a main spawns on that floor, it's better than the entire team dying. Obviously, if you're a distractor and you're on 1 life and there's Pebble or something and you're gonna die, you can take a break, do whatever you need to get yourself together. Whenever I'm distracting and I know that the team's okay and Pebble spawns, I'm like, oh, I can't really outwalk him, so I'm just gonna stay nearby everyone else, and if I hear Pebble chasing someone, I'll just go lead him away from them. If you're a Goob, just stop, because Pebble can outwalk most of the Twisteds without any struggle at all, and if you're Goob trying to take them away from Pebble, then you're gonna get not even just yourself hurt, but even Pebble who's distracting or other people who might be nearby or in the way. If you're distracting and one of the Twisteds happens to target onto another player walking by, that's not really your fault. If someone gets mad at you for that, just know that, there's not really anything you could have done, especially if you're going out of your way to stay out of the way. That's completely on the person who walked by you. They can survive one Twisted, let's be real. Basically just know if it's 3 out of 4 machines that you should start getting a little more distance between them so they don't kind of hit you. And with that being said, when you're keeping your distance, make sure that everyone else is in the elevator before you start to head over, because if you're distracting and you're the first in the elevator, all the Twisteds are following you to the elevator, and then nobody can get in, everyone's taking damage, and that is completely on you. One of the last tips I have for you right now is that if you're distracting, do not distract in the middle of the map. Just try to stay out of the way because people are obviously walking back and forth trying to find machines. I guess if you just really need help with keeping yourself alive mainly, she's definitely the best considering her active ability. She can basically get away from any tune in any situation, which is definitely good if you're trying to keep yourself alive. While Flutter can technically distract, I wouldn't say she's the best for the job considering her stealth, and she's just a little slower than the other distractors, so I definitely don't recommend her if you're being the main distractor. Now obviously if you're playing as Flutter, you don't want to be in the way and trying to take Twisteds away from Pebble or Goob who are actually trying to distract, because then you're just kind of killing everyone, and that's not even gonna lie, that's not really good, so don't do that. I would recommend Brightney. I know A lot of people wouldn't because her stealth kind of sucks, but I still recommend her just because she can do a little bit of everything. Like, obviously your movement speed and stamina are really good, so even though your stealth is bad, you still have the chance to get away from all the twisteds, pretty much any of them you can save yourself from, so it's really not that bad. And her extract is also really good. I definitely recommend her if you're a newer player. Now, if you like to more support your team without putting yourself in any more danger, I definitely recommend Astro. I would definitely recommend using some sort of speed trinkets because, you know, that's what he's made for. It's better to enhance what he was meant to be used for rather than trying to make him good for something he's not. Shelly also could be kind of classified as support. Another good support character to use would be Tisha because her ability obviously is really good actually really speed up movement speed of all the tunes nearby. I definitely think this is a really good kind of support for the team because, I mean, if you're kind of running from like Pebble or something, you're about to be cooked, you can kind of just like get away faster. Her extraction speed is kind of not very good, but I mean, her movement speed, like, she can definitely distract some of the twisteds for a little bit. I'm not saying that she should be a main distractor in any way. Definitely Pebble or Goob would be better for that, but she can definitely keep them busy for a little bit while everyone fills machines. If there's a blackout or a main spawns on the floor and you're hiding by the elevator with full health, what are you even doing? Let's be real. Cause like most of the time when stuff like that happens, I'll be on like 1 life and I'm the only one filling machines and everyone's just hiding. I'm like, you're gonna be fine. It's literally just, I mean, if you get hit, you get hit. If you get jump scared, you get jump scared. It's literally like if I guess. So if you're just like on really low stamina and you're actually just about to be cooked, like 3 stamina, you can just let the twisted hit you and then turn a corner. It's like the thing's not gonna keep chasing you and you'll be okay. It's okay to lose 1 life because chances are you'll find a bandage or medkit at some point and the rest of your team is there to help you. That's what they're for. We get it, we know, Roger sucks, you're slow. You can still fill machines. By the time that you communicate that you can do the machine faster, that one could already be full and you could be on a whole nother one and the game would just go so much faster. With this being said, if you are like Pebble on a machine or something, or some Toon with slow extract and Boxton's behind you or some other Toon is behind you, please, for the sake of everyone, let them do the machine. Poppies, stop leading the twisteds to everyone else. If anything, you have the best survival type ability. You literally get hit and gain like a bunch of speed to run. Stop trying to kill the whole team and stop dying on floor 1. Every odd number floor when you're in the elevator, instead of Dandy's shop, the cards will appear. Don't pick the first aid if only a few people lost 1 heart, because it's honestly a waste, especially so early into the game, and especially if it's only 2 or 3 people that lost a heart. Chances are you can find a bandage or medkit on the floor or in the shop, and if it really is that bad and you kind of just suck at the game, you can literally hide. With this being said, there are plenty of other cards that can help you out. Now, choosing the cards it depends on your team and what kind of tunes you got, what kind of thing you got going on. It depends on what you need the most help in at the moment, but you also have to think about what's better for, you know, future floors. You definitely don't want to waste cards, but also picking like blind grab over the 10 more stamina is kind of silly. I wouldn't do that. Definitely wouldn't do that because blind grab is there's more of a chance to get really bad things rather than good things, but I mean, if you're desperate and it's all you got, then go for it. If it's stated that you're doing a dandy run and you're in a team that's doing that, do not buy from the shop. It's just annoying. You're just annoying. Just don't. If you have a hard time with that, if you already like kind of are bad at the game and take every chance you get to buy from the shop, then don't do it because you just ruin it for everyone else. This leads me to tips with avoiding Twisted Dandy. If he does spawn and you're doing that, then definitely try to stay away from him, obviously. Also, don't go, if he's chasing you, do not go in small spaces, even if you think like, oh, I'm gonna hide here and he won't see me and you're in like a small room, he's definitely gonna see you. Learned that the hard way, so definitely just keep running. I know at first it's kind of like there's no way to avoid him, it's impossible, it's, you know, you're gonna be cooked either way. but there are ways to avoid him. For example, if you're far enough away, you can definitely just run away from him and he'll miss you by like an inch, which is kind of scary, but like it does work if you're far enough away. Another way to avoid him is if he's trying to grab you but you're like right by a little like shelf or something, you can quickly run around and he can't like grab you through the shelf, obviously. So a lot of people who are distracting say that, you know, goob will spawn on the floor or scraps and they're like, oh, I can't distract this floor, but that is not at all true. You definitely can. There's a certain method just to avoid that though. If you're Pebble, you can still distract a goob, but you just have to like get him like chasing you, and then if he ever starts to grab you, just sharply turn a corner and then he'll still chase you after that. It's just kind of method and rhythm you have to get used to. Things I've noticed from distracting is that literally Poppy runs faster than V, but since the update, the debuff definitely gives you a lot less speed and you kind of almost die every time, but like you just kind of run, I guess, and hide. Pebble, don't try to run from Pebble. Don't do it. Just try to find the nearest place and like hide. All I know is that if you're running out in an open space, he's definitely gonna get you no matter what, so it's not even worth it. Astro, just keep running. Just keep running around a bunch of objects and like as far as you can, because I mean Astro's just gonna chase you until you kind of die, so you just gotta run for your life. Shelly, I know she's pretty terrifying, but honestly she's kind of slow, so you can pretty much just run away from her, or I mean just hide like you do with any other Twisted chasing you. Taking into consideration everything I've said in this video, this isn't meant to teach you how to obviously be the greatest player in the world. It's just meant to help you improve yourself and find what you're better for. And I'm not at all saying that you need to take this game seriously or that it's something that, you know, you need to really focus on. This game is just for fun and it's not anything that's a competition. It's a team effort, work together and have fun, play with your friends. It's not to compare yourself. It's not for you to get mad at other players, tell them what's right, tell them what's wrong, tell them what they can't do, what they can do. It's whatever you want to do. It's a game for you to experiment with.